And welcome back to the FSU block party here at Clement Plaza, getting ready for a huge matchup tomorrow at noon. Two unbeaten teams.
That's right.
It still sounds weird to say that. Two unbeaten teams, Florida State and Maryland. I'm joined now by Corey Clark with the Tallahassee Democrat. Corey, what are you looking for in this game? What are we going to find out about really both of these teams?
Well, I think we're going to find out more about Maryland. I think we know Florida State is pretty good. The offense with Jameis Winston is electric. I mean, it's as good as it's been really since Winky was here. So we know that part of the thing. We know that part of the deal. With Maryland, they just really haven't played anybody. Now they take, like I talked about, such a huge step up in competition. We'll see if they're for real or not. If they can come into Doak Campbell Stadium and play well, play close, make it a game, win the game, then they're really for real.
One thing about this Maryland team, they're coming off of a bye week. We saw Boston College put in a few wrinkles during their bye week before facing Florida State. Do you think maybe they learned a few things and we might see a few different tricks from the Maryland Terrapins?
Of course. I mean, that's what Etzel's getting paid for, right? When you get a bye week, you try to tinker with some things. And so, yeah, I think he's definitely going to try to pull out when Boston College goes 4 for 4 on throwback passes, I think you might see one or two to see if Florida State can actually defend one. So, yeah, I think you'll see Etzel try some things maybe they didn't try against Old Dominion.
One thing Florida State coaches have talked about, a lot of speed on defense, but that can also put you in the wrong space a lot faster.
Yeah, and that's been a problem. I think the defensive line and the secondary has played pretty well so far. I think the linebackers, they're really fast and they're really aggressive, and sometimes they're not in the right spot. And it doesn't matter if you're going the wrong way really fast, it doesn't do you any good.
Jeremy Pruitt, of course, putting in that new offense this year. Florida State's maybe taking a little while at the beginning of games to get going. What are you looking for maybe in the first 5 minutes of this one to see that they fully understand the game plan and they're ready to put it in?
And that's the key, and I think that's been the biggest disappointment. Not that they've been a disappointment, but that defense just doesn't start well. It plays really well in the second and third quarters, but that first quarter has been a struggle really kind of all year. So if I'm looking for them to maybe come out and get a 3 and out. I mean, that'd be a novel concept on the first drive of the game to make them punt. I think if they can take control of the game early, then Maryland might really panic.
It's all about getting out to that early. You don't want to fall behind again because, of course, that also gets the fan base talking in a direction you don't want it going in.
Right.
But what do you really expect to see out of Florida State in this one that lets you know they're ready to take control of this 8th-ranked team, own it, and maybe even move up?
Look for the consistency and the focus. I know I sound like Jimbo Fisher right there with those two keywords, but see how they play from start to finish, especially that first quarter like we talked about. Get off to a good start. Show that you're taking this Maryland team seriously, and you need to. I mean, Boston College has a terrible offense, and they put up 34 on you. So Maryland certainly can. So I think you need to take these Terrapins seriously. If they do, they should win comfortably.
Should be a good one. Hopefully we're going to be starting off 3-0 in conference play. Corey, thanks a lot for joining us. Set your alarm clocks early. It's a noon kickoff for this one. We're back live here at the FSU Block Party in just a couple of minutes.